Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Chloe, and this is Rise and Right for the first time in weeks. Crippling depression. I'm kind of back now. Full disclosure, I'm back because I have decided to hold off on my plan to go back to work just a little bit longer and maybe just move to Arkansas and exist in Arkansas. So I'm feeling better now. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stream. I'm going to start this up again. The flip side of it is also like maybe if I do have to go back to Publix, like I'm going to have to get up at 5 a.m. again. Like that was my job there. I work at 6 a.m. because I'm a cake decorator, and that's just the hours that cake decorators at grocery stores work. You have to be there before open, so you can get any opening orders done, and also like fill the floor and everything. So here I am doing a morning show. Hopefully I am going to stick with the morning show because I really do need to do this. I need to work, and I also might need to go back to work. And between those two things, I need to not be sleeping I need to not be like staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning and therefore sleeping until like 9:30. Anyways, I'm not entirely sure what I'm working on right now. I'm going to be working on an erotic short. That's what I really need to do. I did not get any done yesterday, and I've already fallen really behind on that. I'm at probably day 70, and I'm about 10 stories short. It's 100 stories in 100 days, and I fell behind. So that's what I'm working on today. Let me know what y'all are working on. I'm also going to finish this tweet really quickly because it doesn't looks like I only got one viewer. So hello, one viewer. If you're a lurker, continue lurking. I am not calling you out. Also, that number is kind of wrong. But also, because of this, I'm going to go ahead and finish this tweet, and then I should just start the first sprint, shouldn't I? Don't mind me. I'm going to say it's been a while since I did this and I forgot how to do it. That's not true at all. I streamed to Sandy last night. I just have never known what I'm doing. So anyways, we're going to sprint for 10 minutes. It is about 5 past right now. So we're just going to go until about 1/4 past, and we'll take things from there. Okay, that is time. Hello, everybody. If you got some work done, let me know how you did. I had to finish up just a couple things, but I am writing. I did write 88 words, which obviously I need to be writing a whole lot more words, but I got 88 words done. I have a concept started. I'm hoping that if I can write this short, then I'll be able to get another one done this evening. I might even do another show this evening. I don't know. My attendance hasn't been good, probably because I haven't been running shows, right? So like when they randomly pop up, I don't get many people showing, which is okay. Certainly, I need to write anyway. So you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will absolutely do another show this evening. We'll see. But anyways, yeah. So if I can get 2 shorts done today, and then also obviously get my writing done today. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, sorry. That'll be good for me. I'm sorry. I just got like completely lost trying to jump into Twitch so I can moderate if I need to. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm finally caving. So y'all know I write erotica. That's what I do with my short stories, and I write steamy romance in general. But I'm writing erotica specifically for these short stories, and I have been doing sci-fi ones. I pump out. Oh, that's a weird word choice for this. I publish a erotic sci-fi short weekly, and I finally am doing like the tentacle thing, but because of how I am as a writer, I had to have like a really good argument for why this is happening, because the whole tentacle thing has always like not made any sense to me. Why are you putting eggs there? I don't understand. So I had to like come up with a reason why this would be happening. I did. Based in actual science, because that's how I am as a person. It's real weird. So that's what I'm working on now, and I'm hoping that I get it all done in this show. My plans for today, other than writing, are to bake some bread and also to go take a walk, because I need to start getting out of the house daily. Being outside, that whole thing. So I feel like with all of that, I'm okay today. And then I'd like to like work this 2 hours and then do another short in the evening, and then hopefully get like 3 or 4 hours in on my medium project. Laura, that is fantastic that you walked 2.5 miles this morning. That is way more than I will probably do. But I'm thinking that I'm just gonna go. I live in a town that's got like a nice square in it. I guess we're technically a city, but we're a suburb of Atlanta, and it's weird for a city to be the suburb of a city, you know? But I absolutely live in a city that has a very nice square to go walking in, where there is a bubble tea vendor. And I feel like I deserve a bubble tea if I walk a mile around a square, right? So I'm going to do that and have like a nice lazy walk, but just like be outside and exist outside for a while, and maybe put headphones on and like listen to a podcast or something. Like I've been thinking lately, I realize that this is just like a normal thing that people probably do. And I never considered it before, but like I don't do podcasts, but I can start doing podcasts when I walk. Oh, good. So you also reward yourself with something that isn't necessarily great for you, but that's okay. Yeah. So that is my plan for today, which again hopefully means that I will be back later on this evening. I might even go ahead and schedule it. I probably will, and therefore be good. So audiobooks, I realize that like I'm talking to one person, but I know that I've got people watching me over on Twitch. So Laura is listening to the audiobook of The Haunting of Hill House. That is a great story. I read it. I did not do the audiobook because I can't keep my attention on audiobooks. It is absolutely nothing against the books or anything. Just my focus doesn't work well with that. And if I lose my focus on a podcast, I can pick it up again pretty well and just be missing that little bit and whatever. But if it is a whole novel, like I've tried many times, and I will lose a section and then I'll have absolutely no idea what is going on, and never be able to pick it up again. Like I'll never be able to catch up again because I'll miss something important there. Whereas like a podcast, whatever, if I don't absorb the entire thing, it's okay. So let's go ahead and do our next sprint. We are going to be doing the usual, hey Chonk, we are going to be doing the 20-minute sprints today. That was our 10-minute warm-up. We'll be doing 20s. Hopefully we will get a whole bunch of writing in, but 20 minutes on the clock, and I will see you guys at about 40 past. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you did. I wrote about 300 words there. Definitely slower than I want, but I am at the bulk of the story now, so I'm making progress. It is going exactly where it's supposed to go. But yeah, so this is happening, and gosh, I had something that I was going to talk about during this, and I'm completely blanking on what it is. That's okay. I'm I'm looking for book recommendations, but I'm really picky about books. So like I'm wondering if like I'm at a point in my life where I need to like back off of the reading that is specifically for my genre. Or if I need to pony up and actually buy books instead of just like doing the Kindle Unlimited stuff. Because of course the Kindle Unlimited, as much as I am on Kindle Unlimited, there is a quality issue. Um, the book that I just tried. Hey, Courtney, thank you for joining. The book that I just tried to read, I legit ended up like texting a couple people, finding out if punctuation is done differently in Canada than it is in the US. Specifically, semicolons, because this person just threw semicolons everywhere and every single one of them was incorrect. And I try not to get bothered by it, but there is that point where I was on page 35 and there are already 5 semicolons and every single one of them was wrong. Every single one of them was being used as a colon, which is a very weirdly specific problem. That again led me to ask a few people, do Canadians just use colons or semicolons the way that Americans use colons? The answer that I got was a resounding no. So I don't understand how that happened, but it makes me feel like I need to be reading like traditionally published stuff for a while that I am absolutely positive has gone through an editor and a proofreader. Yeah. Um, yeah. Laura, this is absolutely the first time it's happened to me before or ever as well. My grammar got screwed up in the middle of that. And I've definitely read Canadian authors before. I haven't actively sought them, but there is a good amount of them on Kindle Unlimited. It's always like a pleasant surprise, because like you get that vibe that they are American because like there's just a different feel depending on where the author is from. So you get that vibe that they're American, but suddenly they're in like Newfoundland and Alberta, and you're like, wait a second. And then you pay closer attention, like, this is absolutely a Canadian writing this, and this is delightful. But I've never had that issue before. So it was definitely just the author themselves had no idea how to use semicolons. And there's enough hatred for semicolons out there already that like you don't ever need to use them. You don't ever need to use them. So if you do use them, make sure you're using them properly. And what brand, Courtney, I am curious about what brand of vegan cream cheese that you are using. Because I am trying to get less dairy in my life. I'm lactose intolerant, and usually I am fine with cheese products. But in general, I need to like cut out what I can. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint, though. So we're going to do 20 again. There we go. There we go. It is 10:46 here in Atlanta. So I will see you guys at 6 past the hour. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you guys did. And during that sprint, Helene and Carrie joined us. Welcome. I am doing my usual running until noon show, so we've got 2 more sprints today. Right? Yes. Okay. Time was weird today. Time's just weird in general, right? But it's weird today. Carrie, I am glad that you were able to get some sleep last night. After our show was over, Sandy and I spent like an hour bitching. And then I promptly went to bed, and I was very proud of myself. I went to bed at a reasonable time last night. Was actually able to fall asleep. So that was real exciting for me because I haven't been able to sleep lately. Is that? Sorry, I don't know if that is hair. Okay. It's like, is that hair or a gigantic loose string coming out of my sweater? No, it was hair. I had to change the dyes that I use on my hair. It's not picking up at all in this camera, unfortunately, but I use purple and red in my hair. I usually have orange as well, but because I might be going back to work, my employer has this really bizarre policy where you're only allowed to have 2 colors in your hair, which is arguably going to create more chaotic hair than if you're allowed to have more colors, because more colors is like the mermaid or the fire look, but like 2 colors, you get the people who like divide their head in half and do like one side pink, one side green. Anyways, so I have purple and red in my hair, except that the purple bleached out immediately, and it's not going to pick up on camera. It's just this weird, like, silver gray color now. So I was unimpressed with the brand for the purple colors, but not for the red. The red is a very happy color that I am enjoying. So next time I buy hair dye, I know what not to get from this brand. Anyways, sorry, that was a weird tangent. Again, because it looked like I had a loose. Oh God, I'm still seeing it. That is so funny. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so Laura worked on a reflection mask for the CG monster to work. Awesome. It took me a second to like figure out what you were talking about, and then like, oh, graphics design, got it. I'm about to have to do graphics for my Vela story, right? Because there's got to be a graphic for it. But it's not a style that I've done before because I'm doing Academy Paranormal. And is a very specific style that I just haven't done like the magical look before and like the backlighting and all of that. So I'm gonna have like an interesting time just figuring out how to do it. And I don't use Photoshop, which is where most tutorials are. I use GIMP, which I'm generally able to like figure out based on like a Photoshop thing. Like, oh, this is how I do this sort of thing in GIMP. But I just gotta do it, and I'm definitely procrastinating a bit on like, oh, this is gonna take me. I'm gonna lose a lot of time trying to figure out like some real dumb technique that actually takes like 2 minutes to do. That's okay. But that is what I'm probably gonna like work on that tomorrow, I think. And Helene got 84 words. Slow but making progress. Yes, that is how like every day has been for me lately. And I'm hoping that I have found my energy again and will be able to do better at least later today. You know what? My first 20-minute sprint, I got 300, and my second 20-minute sprint, I got 400. So I just got to keep having those builds, right? And with that in mind, let's go ahead and do that next sprint. So we are doing 20 minutes again, and it is 11 past. So I will see you guys at 31 past. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you did. I wrote about 300 there. I did have to do just a little bit of research, and of course that slowed me down slightly. But I did write 300, and I'm hoping that I can get this done on the next sprint. If not, I will be pretty close to it. So I feel like I've basically reached my goal for today. I say that like I'm just assuming that everything is going to work right in the next sprint. But yeah, so I got 300. I got 350, I think, on that. So it's getting there. Let's see. And during that sprint, Helene said, I just reached 40,000 for my novel. I'm really close to the end already since it's type of a shorter thing. And first drafts tend to underwrite. That is fantastic. I have been doing all of these shorts lately. And it's funny because like I finish something or two things pretty much every day, but like I don't really get that sense of accomplishment anymore. And unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a while for me, all right? Because I'm doing these shorts, and then I'm also doing Vella, a story for Vella, which I don't plan on ending. Like I already know how the story ends, but the way that it's going to be written, I can put that ending in at any time, or I can kind of extend it forever, which, you know, is what you want for something like that. Because if I get the readers and they stick with it, then I could just write it forever and make that money. But we'll see what happens there. But that absolutely means that it's going to be a while before I'm actually even thinking about ending anything. And like my other projects for this month are mostly like putting together, kind of reorganizing stuff that's already there. I want to put together a couple of anthologies of all these shorts that I've been doing. And I've got words. I've got a novella that is already written and is out at beta readers right now. So I miss that being like coming to the end of a rough draft, that it's going to be a while before I feel that again, but that's okay. And let's see, Helene got 268 and some research as well. Had to look for time zones and think about what state you want your characters to move to. I in my Vela project, I had a bit of that issue where I just had to figure out what location my characters were going to start in. It's a portal fantasy. It's academy, but it's also portal. So where they end up, it doesn't matter. But I had to like figure out where they were starting out, and it's funny because I'm so sorry. I have lived in Atlanta for 13 years now. I lived here for a while now. But once I started researching, the story starts in a bar, and I needed the bar to close early enough that they could still do other things. Basically, it starts with them at a bar and wherever they begin, and then they immediately have to portal to a bar in New Orleans where another magic user is screwing around with stuff there. It's like right off the bat, they have to like go stop that. And I needed it to be like at a time frame where at the first bar, it was already closed and they were like, you know, cleaning up and everything for the night. But in New Orleans, things were still going hard. And I know it's kind of one of those places that doesn't really sleep, but there is that hour where it gets to be too late. So with all that in mind, I ended up going back to my roots, and like always, the damn story begins in Delaware. because I needed a bar where um they were in an area that banned smoking. And like, I don't know, in Georgia, we have our smoking ban is weird, right? So you can't smoke in a restaurant, but you can in a bar. And all restaurants become bars at a certain hour. It's real weird. And I was like, I don't want things to get really, really complicated figuring this out. Um, for like why this bar has no smoking inside. So I just need to go with a place where absolutely there is no smoking inside, and that is Delaware. Last call in Delaware is 1 a.m. So if it is 2 a.m. in Delaware because they're closing the bar and they've already had it closed and, are just finishing up for the night, then that means it's 1 a.m. in New Orleans and things are still going hard there. So my usual go-to, everything kind of takes place in Delaware. I feel like we probably all have that. It's just funny for me because it's a place that I haven't lived in over a decade. And like, I still know Delaware better than anywhere else. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our last sprint. We're going for 20 again. It is 11:37 here in Atlanta, so we're going to be ending just shy of noon. Hopefully, I'm going to end this story just shy of noon as well, but we'll see. I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, that is time. And that is unfortunately the end of the show this morning, Rose. I am going to be doing an evening show again tonight. I have to get words out. So I'll be back on at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. And then I am hoping that I'm going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm not going to schedule it yet because I don't want to hope that today, how well this morning went, is a sign of how well tomorrow morning is going to go. But I am hoping to be back on tomorrow morning. And I did write, I don't know how many I did on that last sprint. That's weird. I don't remember what I ended on, but I wrote 1613 for the show this morning. I did not finish this short story, but it's close and it's running long. So I aim for these to be 1500. If it had been 1500, I would have finished. So I feel I'm going to accept that success, even though it really wasn't a success. We have to find them somewhere, right? So I am definitely going to be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm hopefully going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will have it scheduled tomorrow morning as soon as I know. So hopefully y'all will see me and be able to come back. But yeah, I guess that's everything for this morning. So good luck, everybody. Y'all have a great day. Hopefully I get to see some of you this evening. If not, hopefully I get to see you tomorrow or sometime next week. You guys all have a great day and good luck with your projects.